All right, we're doing this because we got the revival. They made their debut.
This is the first time we've ever done a second take on the show, by the way.
Well, yeah, okay, because like I was trying to figure out what I was gonna say because there was a lot that happened, and I got hooked up on one thing. So yeah,
By the
this is the second take.
time, that was the best part.
What?
I didn't say a single word, but all right, go on.
Yeah, okay, so basically, I'm working on stuff on my computer. I turn and I got Dynamite in the background, and I see Matt Hardy immediately go help Private Party out because the one guy's got like a leg problem. To me, it seemed like it was a serious thing, and I was like, why did Matt Hardy quickly run after the match to help him out? And then he left, and all of a sudden, Butcher and the Blade attacked the Young Bucks. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Like Matt Hardy, the partner's going to do whatever. Made sense to me. So I turned back around, and all of a sudden, like I just happened to turn back at the TV, and who is getting out of this truck? This very very old truck, but I don't even know what they're called now. I just know that their tag team name is FTR,
Dawson or Dax and Cash. I don't know.
something
How do
like
you?
that. But
Anyway, I threw on AEW a little late ski. 10 minutes in, I was like, "Oh, all right, I'm supposed to watch the show." And I'm just watching the match. It's kind of whatever. And then they win. And then Butcher and the Blade come out. I'm like, whatever. They're building up to this tag match because we have months away till All Out. And then you got your boys, and I'm like, here comes Mike. Next time we start marking out like bananas.
like,
I'll
here's the
say
thing.
again, the Bucks are better than the Revival or FTR.
Dude, I'm 1000% always going to be on the Bucks side if we're comparing the best tag teams in the world. I will fight till the end that the Young Bucks are the greatest tag team of all time, but that's just me. Um, but the thing with the Revival is like the the little back and forth that they had while they were in WWE and while the Young Bucks were in Ring of Honor, and like the things they would do. I mean, they turned the storyline of Nick Jackson in real life losing his bag in Japan, getting it stolen, and they played it off in a WWE backstage like video. Because in the background of one of the videos, you see the Revival walking with a black backpack, and it's like what? And then like you have that going back to like being the elite with Flip Gordon. You've had this like FTR stuff going for forever. I mean, this is years in the making. The hashtag FTR, and I mean, like then leading up to
Yeah, by the way,
what?
FTR. Do you get it? I never got it.
Yeah, yeah. So that whole thing, they made T-shirts, and then obviously the infamous tweets on December 3rd, 2018. Dash Wilder tweeting, "One day we'll wrestle the Young Bucks and everyone will rejoice." Remember this tweet? Matt Jackson tweeting pretty much the same thing. "One day we'll wrestle the Revival and everyone will rejoice." Remember this tweet? And I mean, it all. Obviously they're not having the match right now. It looks like they're going to be, like a face like tag team in the division. They already have an AEW shirt you know, that's on their on shop AEW.com or whatever. It looks like they're going to, do a long build to this match because everyone wants to see this match at this point. So the fact that it's like, it's going to take, it's like they're going to be good, and then eventually we're going to get this match. It's amazing. I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things where like you almost think that they have been like planning for this day, that this tag team that no one really, like they were in NXT. They had awesome matches in NXT, but when they went up to the main roster, no one really cared. And now to see, something that was, randomly started years ago in, the independents and, with the Young Bucks and stuff. I mean, turn into this like, I don't know. What do you think? Like, I know I'm like going crazy about this, but
That there's no one there really to watch the live because that would have been a huge pop for that. I think people have been going bananas. It would have been a huge moment. Like there's three big moments that already happened that we missed out on. Hardy coming,
mhm.
Brody Lee showing up, and then now the Revival coming. FTR. I think they need to not put this match on All Out. even though most people are thinking, I think we need to see this in front of a live crowd. Like, I know they're going to build this match, and everyone's going to think, oh, All Out's probably going to be the outcome, even though they came in and helped the Young Bucks. But this match needs to be seen live in person, not a empty arena or whatever it's going to be in 3 months.
No, I definitely agree. I could even see this being like, you know, if they have Double or Nothing next year, like having it there, you know, or even like extending it for a year. I mean, I think a lot of people thought with like the MJF storyline with Cody, we thought that would go for a long time, and then eventually one day turn. It went for a little bit shorter than I feel like some people thought. So I mean, this could potentially be, you know, that same thing where they're going to, like, if they would have like attacked them there, then I could have seen this happen at All Out, and it would have been like done whatever. But I think that there's, you know, enough, there's enough matches that could be made for the Young Bucks that they don't necessarily need to have this revival match like right away. You know what I mean?
Versus Hangman and Omega. Will they be the ones to dethrone them?
Oh,
The tag titles. Like, we'll just build this huge thing where it'll be Bucks versus Revival for the tag titles.
yeah, I could see that. I could see the revival going after, you know, Hangman and Page. That was stupid. I could see the young or the.
Like,
I'm losing my mind. I could see the revival going after.
you haven't even seen it yet.
I can
Freaked
like
out.
what?
I said, you're freaking out. You're marking out. You don't know how to talk anymore. It's
No, I
fine.
don't. But like, you know, it's just one of those things where maybe they win the title at All Out, the tag titles, and then it leads to, you know, Double or Nothing. They have a match against, you know, the Young Bucks and the Revival. Maybe the Bucks lose that match or something, and then like, you know, they come back and have another match at All Out even for the tag titles, and then maybe the Bucks beat them then, or I don't know, but you know, that'd be. I mean, I'm just glad that they're in AEW because I think that's the one thing where they weren't being used well, and then everyone saw that picture that was leaked of the revival and what Vince wanted them to look like. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but I mean, I'm just glad that they're going to be treated well, and you know, they're in a spot where, you know, like I feel like they're gonna have the best matches of their career since, you know, going back to, you know, the NXT days. So you know, that's with that. I don't know. You have anything else to say? I do have a quick story. If you
Continue. Well, I
what?
see all the great Revival matches. I was there when Jason Jordan and Chad Gable won the titles. I was there for that 2 out of 3 falls match. Will I be there for Bucks versus Revival? Will it be 5 stars or bust? I'm asking right now.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see it. You know, 5 stars or bust on the Bucks versus the Revival, for sure.
Well, it
Um,
will be a 5-star match.
so quick story before we head out here. So back at WrestleMania 31 weekend. What?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. So like I went, like it was my first access session ever, and I went in there. I waited like, I don't know, maybe like 25 minutes to 30 minutes for Hornswoggle and Danny Davis. So they were like the first people I met at Access. But then I went over to the NXT booth. And if anybody knows about the WrestleMania 31 2015 Access like NXT booth, you had a lot of big names on there. You had Finn Balor, Hideo Itami, Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair. Um, I don't know if Becky Lynch was there at all. I met Alexa Bliss there. I met Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. I mean, like the list goes on and on. CJ Parker, you could even put in.
All-star lineup.
Oh, I mean, like all those people are now VIPs, like for access, so that's pretty crazy. But so after I meet Hornswoggle and after he comes back from the bathroom, and I finally do get to meet him, I went over to the NXT line, and there was maybe 3 people in line at the NXT line, and there was these 2 guys. They were sitting at the, you know, at the front, or they were sitting like on the stage, like waiting for people to come up to meet them. And I was like, oh, like I'll meet these guys. Like we can sign the poster. Like I'll get a picture, whatever. So I like walk through the line. I wait like 2 minutes. I go to meet them. I have no idea who these people are. They don't have a tag team name. I've never heard of them before. I just know that they're in the NXT booth, so they must be someone from NXT. Um, So I talk to them for a few minutes and get them to sign the poster. I'm like, hey, can we too sweet in the picture? And that was like the thing that I wanted to do with everybody. So they were the first people like that weekend that I got to too sweet in the picture, and I did that throughout the entire weekend with Access. So we threw out the picture. The person who took the picture, terrible job, absolutely terrible job. It's blurry. Like she got it like mid motion and everything, but it's still like a great picture because those guys turned out to be the Revival. I had no idea who they were at the time. Nobody knew who they were at the time. They were not the Revival. I forgot what they were called, but they were not the Revival because then I don't even know. A couple months later, they appeared on NXT like a takeover or something, and they had this really good match, and everyone went crazy about it. And I was like, wait a minute, I met those guys. And then following up like a year or two later, when the Young Bucks on Being the Elite started to go back and forth with them, and they started this whole thing, there's no way that you can get a picture with them throwing up the Too Sweet. And that's the only picture that I've ever seen of them meeting people throwing up the Too Sweet, because after 2015, after that WrestleMania Access, I feel like everybody kind of was like, that's a Bullet Club thing, that's a elite thing, like we don't want to do that. And then obviously everything that happened after that. So I met them back then, and they're awesome. So to see where the story ends is pretty sweet. So I'll have to meet them probably at Starcast next year, and I don't know,
Throw,
explain to them the story or something. But
throw up the peace lines.
yeah, so
And on that
and
note,
on that note, we got Britt Baker and Tony Schiavone on the television, so we have to go watch that because that's must see. And oh, I don't know, Justin, did you watch the the podcast with her and Aubrey Edwards and
I didn't even know this is a thing.
oh yeah, it's on the TNT YouTube channel. You can watch it, or it's just a podcast. It's called AEW Unrestricted. Very good podcast. It made Tommy like Britt Baker, so that's pretty big
If
praise.
Tommy doesn't tweet out that picture with the doctor will see you now, we're not friends anymore.
I don't know. Let's see if he did, because she's on TV. So I don't know. But all right. Well, that's it. Thanks for listening. I'll talk to you again.
Sure.
Well.